Feel that. Before you do anything else, before you adjust how you are sitting or clear your throat, I need you to feel that. It is a hum, is it not? A low-grade, high-frequency vibration just beneath the surface of the skin. For some of you, it is felt behind the eyes, a pressure that is not a headache. For others, it is in the hands, a restlessness, a need to be turning something over and over. And for so many of you, it is in your sleep. Dreams of static, of missed calls, of speaking a language you do not know, of reading pages of a book that are entirely blank, but you understand them anyway. You have been waking up at 3 in the morning, not with a gasp, but with a sudden, silent clarity, as if a switch was just flipped in a distant room of your own soul. You feel online, plugged into something vast and electric, and it is making the fillings in your teeth ache. This is not anxiety. This is not stress. This is not a symptom of the modern world. You must hear me on this. That vibration is evidence. It is the primary signal that the celestial messenger has found your address. What you are feeling is the resonance of Mercury at its peak, not just in retrograde, not simply in a favorable aspect, but in a state of what the ancient Chaldean astronomers called kataros, the pure, unimpeded flight. For the next 72 hours, the planet of mind, of message, of the threshold between worlds, is moving at its fastest possible speed. It is so swift that it creates a slipstream, a temporal wake that is pulling messages from the future into the now. The last time Mercury entered this specific degree of the sky with this velocity, the Library of Alexandria was still a living memory, and scholars were translating texts that would later be deliberately erased from history. This is not a cycle that repeats in your lifetime. This is a singular event. A gate is opening, and the hum you feel in your bones is the lock on your own personal gate, trembling. It is beginning to vibrate at the same frequency as the key. The messenger is not at the door. He is already in the room. He has been waiting for you to notice the silence between your own thoughts, because that is where he has left the message. It is not a message of information. It is not going to tell you what to do in a simple, straightforward way. That is not how this works. This is a transmission of pure code, a packet of data downloaded directly into your somatic self, your body, which is the only hard drive capable of storing the soul's truth. Your mind will try to intercept it, to translate it, to run it through the old software of logic and fear, but it will fail. The mind will only register the static, the hum, the restlessness. The body, however, the body knows. The body is reading it right now. The tightness in your chest is a sentence. The heat in your gut is a paragraph. The ache in your lower back is a signature on a contract you wrote for yourself before you ever came into this life. And the contract is now coming due. I am here to help you translate, not with the mind, but with a deeper listening. I am here to give you the cipher. Over the next hour, we will walk through what this transmission means, why it has arrived now, and most importantly, what you are being asked to do with it. This is not a passive experience. You did not click on this by accident. Your algorithm is not your own. It is a servant to your soul's deepest longing. Something in you, a voice that whispers, "This is not it," has been sending out a signal, a prayer, a desperate plea for a map. And the cosmos, in its infinite and sometimes terrifying grace, has just answered. The map is not made of paper. It is being etched right now onto your own nervous system. Stay with me. Breathe into the hum. Let it be there. We are going to turn up the volume. 4 signs in particular are acting as primary receiving stations for this transmission. If your sun, your moon, or your rising signs in one of these constellations, the hum will be undeniable. It will be the organizing principle of your reality for the next 3 days. But even if they are not in your primary chart, look to where they fall in your houses, for the room of your life that corresponds to these signs is where the messenger has left the sealed letter. The effect is universal, but for these four, the experience is total. It is an initiation. The first are the children of Mercury itself, Gemini and Virgo. For you, this is not a foreign signal. It is a homecoming. It is the sound of your own ruling planet speaking its native tongue, a language of pure, unadulterated data. For you, Gemini, the transmission is coming in as a cascade of thoughts, a torrent of ideas so overwhelming you cannot capture them all. Your mind is a radio scanning through 1,000 stations at once. You are having conversations with 3 different versions of yourself simultaneously. The urge to write, to speak, to diagram, to connect every disparate piece of information you have ever learned into one grand unified theory of your own life is immense. Do not mistake this for mania. This is revelation in its rawest form. The hum in your hands is the need to transcribe. Your purpose is not to understand it all, but to be the conduit. Let it flow through you onto the page, into the voice memo, across the canvas. You are the scribe, and the God is dictating. Resisting this will feel like a pressure building behind your eyes, a migraine of divine origin. The only relief is to open the channel and let the river of information flow. Do not judge it. Do not edit it. Simply record. The meaning will assemble itself later. For you, Virgo, the transmission is landing in the body with an almost painful precision. You are feeling every single place where your life is out of alignment with your truth. Every small compromise, every swallowed word, every duty you perform that drains your life force is now physically manifesting. The ache in your gut is the no you did not say 6 months ago. The tension in your shoulders is the weight of a responsibility that was never yours to carry. Mercury is not sending you ideas. It is sending you a diagnostic report of your own vessel. It is highlighting in glowing, somatic red every system that is running on corrupted code. Your work is not to think your way out of it, but to feel your way through it. Where does it hurt? Be specific. Let the pain speak. It is not a symptom to be cured. It is a messenger delivering a precise location. Here, it says. The poison is here. The antidote is naming it. Your gift is discernment, and right now, your body is the most honest oracle you will ever have. Listen to it. It is telling you exactly where the work needs to be done. The hum for you is an internal alarm, one you can no longer afford to snooze. The third sign is Sagittarius. For you, the archer, this transmission is not a flood of data or a physical diagnostic. It is a single arrow of truth, fired from the heart of the cosmos, and it is heading directly for the center of your most cherished belief system. For weeks, you have felt a tension, as if drawing back a great bow. You have been aiming at a target, a goal, a future you have meticulously planned. And in the next 72 hours, Mercury's message will arrive like a sudden crosswind, and you will witness that arrow strike a target you did not even know was there. A shattering realization is coming. A philosophical framework that has defined your life is about to reveal itself as a beautiful, ornate cage. You will see with breathtaking clarity that the freedom you have been chasing is on the other side of a truth you have been refusing to see. This will feel destabilizing. It will feel like a loss of faith. It is not. It is a purification of faith. The cosmos is not destroying your map. It is burning away the parts that were leading you in a circle. The hum for you is in your hips and your thighs, the archer's stance. A feeling of being rooted to the ground right before you are about to release something of immense power. Do not be afraid of the shattering. What is breaking was already broken. What is falling away is making room for a truth so vast it could not fit in your old world. The arrow knows its true target. Trust its flight. And finally, Pisces. For you, the dreamer, the mystic, the final sign of the zodiac, this transmission is not coming through thought or body or belief. It is coming through the water. It is seeping into your reality through the dream state, through music, through synchronicity, through the unbidden wave of emotion that washes over you in the middle of the afternoon for no apparent reason. The message is a cipher of symbols. You will see the same animal 3 times in one day. You will hear a song from your childhood on a stranger's radio. A word will repeat itself in conversations with different people. These are not coincidences. These are the glyphs of your transmission. Mercury, the guide to the underworld, is speaking to you through the language of the collective unconscious, the great ocean of soul from which you draw your breath. For you, the hum is a sense of dissolution. The edges between you and the world are becoming porous. You are feeling the emotions of others more keenly. You are crying, and you do not know why. Do not try to build the walls back up. You are being asked to become a vessel, to allow this cosmic tide to flow through you. Your work is to pay attention to the symbols. Write down your dreams the moment you wake up. Note the synchronicities. The message is a poem, and you must gather the words before you can read it. Resisting this will feel like you are drowning. Surrender, and you will realize you are not drowning. You are finally breathing water. These 4 signs are the epicenters, but the earthquake is being felt by all. Look to your own chart. Where Gemini and Virgo reside is where you are being asked to transcribe and diagnose. Where Sagittarius falls is the area of your life where a fundamental belief is being challenged and purified. And the house ruled by Pisces is the place where you must surrender to mystery and listen to the symbolic language of your dreams. This is a total system upgrade. No part of you will be left untouched. The messenger is thorough. He visits every room of the house. He checks every lock. He leaves a note on every mirror. And the note always says the same thing. Wake up. To truly understand the gravity of this moment, we must look deeper into the archetype of the messenger himself. In the Greek world, he was Hermes. In the Roman, Mercury. In the Egyptian, Thoth. But his role was always dual. He was the god of commerce, of communication, of the marketplace, of the clever word and the quick transaction. This is the Mercury we know, the one who rules our emails, our contracts, our travel plans. But this is his exoteric, his public face. His deeper, more sacred function was that of the psychopomp, the guide of souls. He was the only deity, besides Hades himself, who could travel freely between the world of the living, the heights of Olympus, and the depths of the underworld, and return unscathed. He carried the caduceus, the staff with 2 serpents entwined, which was not a symbol of medicine, but a master key that could unlock any gate between worlds. The transmission you are receiving now is not from the marketplace Mercury. It is not about a better way to organize your calendar or how to negotiate a contract. It is from Mercury, the psychopomp. It is a call from the underworld of your own being. The part of you that you have repressed, exiled, and forgotten has sent a message. The part of your soul that was fractured in a past trauma, the dream you abandoned for the sake of practicality, the raw, untamed creative power you were told was too much. These are the lost souls living in the underworld of your psyche, and they have hired the only guide who can bring them home. The hum you feel is the sound of his staff striking the stone floor at the entrance to your own personal Hades. He has come to retrieve something for you, something you thought was lost forever. Think of the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus, the great musician, travels to the underworld to bring back his beloved. He charms Hades with his song and is granted permission to lead her out, but on one condition. He must not look back at her until they are both fully in the light. He walks. He hears her footsteps behind him. He doubts, and at the very last moment, at the threshold of the sunlit world, he turns, and she is dragged back into the darkness forever. We have all been told this is a story about the failure of faith. It is not. It is a story about the nature of underworld transmissions. Orpheus failed because he tried to bring the underworld truth into the upper world in its old form. He tried to possess it, to look at it with the eyes of the living, to make it solid and certain. But you cannot do that. You cannot bring the shadow into the light and expect it to remain the same. The message from the deep must be integrated, not extracted. It must be felt and allowed to change you from the inside out. When you receive this mercurial download, your mind will be the Orpheus, desperate to turn around, to look at it, to define it, to name it, to make it logical. If you do, the message will vanish. Your task is to keep walking, to trust the feeling at your back, and to allow the integration to happen in its own time, in the darkness of your own body, long after the messenger has gone. This is an act of profound trust. The ancient Babylonians, who were masters of astrology, saw Mercury not as a person, but as a function. They called it Nabu, the scribe. But Nabu was not just a record keeper. He was the one who inscribed the destiny of each human upon a clay tablet at their birth. This transit, this peak of power, is a rare moment where Nabu is offering you, the stylus. He is allowing you to make an amendment to your own tablet of destiny. The life you have been living, the story you have been telling yourself, the fate you thought was sealed, it is all subject to revision. But you can only make the edit if you are willing to read the original text. And the original text is written in the language of your deepest, most unnamed truth. And that is what this is all about, isn't it? The unnamed truth. The one you carry deep in the cellar of your being. The thing you know with such certainty that you have spent years arranging your life to never have to speak it aloud. It might be a truth about a relationship that has expired, its purpose served. It might be a truth about a career that is feeding your bank account but starving your soul. It might be a truth about your own power, a magnitude you have been dimming to make others comfortable. This truth is a living thing, and it has been growing in the dark. Now, with this mercurial light flooding the system, it is beginning to push against the cellar door. The hum is the wood of the door straining against its hinges. The anxiety, the restlessness, the insomnia, these are the sounds of a truth that is demanding to be born into the world of light. You have been treating it like a monster to be contained, but it is not a monster. It is the most authentic part of you. It is your own Eurydice, waiting for you to lead her out of the darkness without demanding she look the same as she did before she went away. This is the reversal statement I need you to hear. This is the pivot upon which your next chapter will turn. You have been thinking that this discomfort you feel is a problem to be solved. You think it is a sign that something is wrong with you, that you are broken, that you need to be fixed, managed, or medicated. This is not a problem. This is a presence. The part of your soul you have been missing has sent a guide to bring it home, and you are mistaking the sound of its approach for an enemy invasion. You think this energy is here to disrupt your life. It is not. It is here to save it. The life you have carefully constructed is a beautiful house built on a fault line, and you are feeling the first tremors. You can either curse the earthquake, or you can thank it for showing you where the ground was never stable to begin with. The messenger does not cause the collapse. He merely delivers the geological survey report that was written long ago. The choice is, and always has been, yours. You can reinforce the cracking walls, or you can walk out the door and build on solid ground. Now we move from the why to the how, from the celestial mechanics to the earthly practice. Information without integration is just noise. This potent energy must be grounded. It must be given a form, a ritual, a physical anchor. Otherwise, it will simply rattle through your nervous system and dissipate, leaving you feeling more scattered than before. For the next 3 days, I'm going to ask you to perform a simple but profound practice. It is a way of creating a dedicated vessel for this transmission, a way of honoring the messenger and consciously receiving the letter he has carried for you across time and space. Tonight is day 1, the preparation. Your task is to find a key. It does not matter what kind of key, an old house key you no longer use, a skeleton key from an antique shop, a small key from a diary, even the key to your car. The object itself is less important than its symbolism. A key is a tool for passage. It is a device that transforms a barrier into a gateway. It is condensed material mercury. Once you have your key, I want you to hold it in your dominant hand. Close your eyes. Feel its weight, its temperature, its texture. Feel the history in it. Think of all the doors it has opened. Think of the potential it holds. This key is the physical representation of the cipher that will unlock the message in your body. It is your personal caduceus. Now, take a clear glass and fill it with clean, pure water. Water is the element of the subconscious, of the dream world, of emotion. It is the medium through which this Piscean-inflected transmission is traveling. As you hold the key in your hand, speak to it. You can do this aloud or in the silence of your own heart. Say, "You are the key to the message I am ready to receive. You are the tool that will unlock the truth in my body. You are the conduit for my clarity." Then, gently place the key into the glass of water. Place this glass by your bed where you can see it before you sleep and when you wake. That is all for tonight. You are creating a sacred object. You are charging the water with your intention. The water will absorb the metallic resonance of the key, and as you sleep, your own energetic field will begin to attune to this frequency. You are tuning your own inner radio to the station that is broadcasting your truth. Do not be surprised if your dreams are unusually vivid tonight. Do not be alarmed if you wake with a word or an image seared into your mind. The channel is being cleared. The download is being prepared. Tomorrow is day 2, the peak of the transit. This is the day of transcription. When you wake, the first thing you will do before you check your phone, before you speak to anyone, is go to your glass of water. Look at the key, submerged, still. It has been resting in the underworld of your intention all night. Now, reach in and take it out. Do not dry it. Hold the wet key in your non-dominant hand. This is important. Your non-dominant hand is connected to the right hemisphere of your brain, the seat of intuition, of creativity, of symbolic thought. It is the hand that knows how to feel rather than the hand that knows how to do. With the wet key in your non-dominant hand, take a blank piece of paper and a pen, and you will begin to write. But you will not write words. You will not try to articulate a thought or journal about your feelings. You will perform an act of automatic writing. You will let the hand that is not holding the key move across the page. Let it scribble. Let it draw shapes, lines, spirals, symbols that make no sense. If words come, let them be fragmented, nonsensical. The goal is to completely bypass the conscious, analytical mind, the Orpheus who wants to turn around and look. You are letting the body speak directly onto the page. The hum you have been feeling, the tension, the heat, give it a line, give it a shape. Let the energy that has been trapped in your nervous system flow out through your fingertips and onto the paper. Do this for at least 10 minutes. Do not stop. Do not judge. Do not try to interpret what is emerging. You are simply taking dictation from your own soul. You are allowing the cipher to become visible. When you are done, you will feel a release, a quietness. The hum will be softer. You have successfully moved the energy from inside your body to outside of it. You have created a physical artifact of the transmission. Take this paper, fold it, and place it somewhere safe. Do not look at it again today. The transcription is complete. The message has been externalized. Day 3 is the final day, the integration and release. The energy of the transit will begin to wane. Your work now is to consciously interact with the message and then release it back to the elements. Take out the folded paper, unfold it. Now you will look at it. But again, not with your analytical mind. Do not try to find recognizable words or images. Instead, look at it as a whole, as a landscape, as a piece of art. What feeling does it give you? What is the texture of the energy on the page? Is it angry, chaotic, joyful, peaceful? There is no right answer. Just notice. Now you will give the message a voice. You are going to read the page aloud. Since there are no words, you will make the sounds that the shapes suggest to you. This may feel strange or foolish. That is the resistance of the conscious mind. Push past it. Let a low hum emerge for a spiral, a sharp percussive sound for a jagged line, a soft sigh for a gentle curve. You are speaking the language of the body. You are activating the message with your own breath, your own voice. You are completing the circuit of communication. You are telling your soul, I hear you, I see you, I am willing to speak your language. Do this for as long as it feels right. You are recalibrating your own vocal resonance to match the frequency of your own deep truth. When you feel complete, the final act is one of release. You must give the message back. You can do this in one of two ways. You can take the paper to a safe place and burn it. As you watch the smoke rise, see it as the message returning to the element of air, to the mind of the cosmos, its purpose fulfilled. Or you can bury it in the earth. Let it decompose. Let it return to the soil, feeding the roots of something new. In this act, you're declaring that the message is not something you need to cling to or understand with your mind. It was a catalyst. Its purpose was to move through you, not to be possessed by you. It has rewired your system. It has cleared a channel. You have received it, honored it, and now you are letting it go, trusting that its work is already done within you. The key can be returned to its normal use, or you can keep it on your altar as a reminder of this passage. The ritual is complete. You did not find this by accident. Let that sink in. Of all the paths you could have taken through this day, of all the distractions and duties that called for your attention, something in your soul navigated you here to these words at this exact celestial timing. That is not an accident. That is an appointment. An appointment you made with yourself a long time ago. The part of you that knew this moment was coming set a reminder, and it has just gone off. Your presence here is the first and most powerful piece of evidence that you are ready. You are ready to stop negotiating with your own truth. You are ready to stop living a life that is a half size too small for your spirit. The discomfort you have been feeling, the sense of urgency, the feeling that you are somehow behind schedule, that was not your anxiety. That was your own courage, waking up from a long slumber. It was the sound of your own potential, rattling the bars of the cage you had mistaken for a home. You are not late. You are not behind. You are precisely on time for the most important meeting of your life, the one where you finally reintroduce yourself to the person you were before you were told who you were supposed to be. That person has sent a message. They have been waiting for you in the underworld of your own heart. And Mercury, the kindest guide, the most clever messenger, has just slipped the key under your door. All you have to do is pick it up. All you have to do is be brave enough to turn it in the lock. The hum is the sound of the tumblers falling into place. The door is about to swing open. If you have felt the truth in these words, if you feel the hum of this transmission in your own body, I invite you to make a declaration, a public act of reception. Go to the comments and write, "I am ready to receive." Nothing more. These are not just words typed on a screen. This is a spell. It is an energetic signature. It is you, sending a clear signal back to the cosmos that the message has been delivered, that the channel is open, that you consent to this profound and beautiful transformation. And know this, someone will scroll through these comments feeling lost and alone in their own quiet earthquake, and they will see your declaration. Your courage will be a permission slip for them. Your readiness will be a light that shows them they are not walking this path in the dark. You become a beacon for the person who is just one step behind you on the path. I spend many hours in silence, studying these ancient currents, listening to the language of the planets, so that when I speak, the course is clear for you, so that you might find your way through these powerful tides with grace and with courage. If this work has served you, subscribe and press the bell so you do not miss the next map when it is delivered. The journey does not end here. This is only the beginning. Now, take a deep breath. Feel the hum. It is not so frightening anymore, is it? It is starting to sound like a song. It is starting to sound like your own name, being whispered from a great, loving distance. Listen closely. It has a message just for you, and it is waiting.